Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, 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 welcome. Glad you are back. Glad I am back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining in. Just to go ahead and get started, I do offer personal readings, which you can click on the link below to book with me and or the link in my description. Either way works. It's a calendar, send you the video afterwards, all good things. Also do donation-led readings every Sunday on YouTube. Don't really have a set time frame, so it's better just subscribe and hit your notification bell. I didn't do it last Sunday. That was my apologies. Just could not do it. But we'll definitely be on there this Sunday. And then I also just pop on Twitch every now and again. Not really like something that's really stapled, but again, then you can also check me out there. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe so your girl can thrive. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Today, I decided to do a pick a card reading. It's kind of like but pick a card reading. So I do have 3 separate cards. They all look like this. So I don't really have, any descriptors. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Take a moment, take a breather, take a breath, and clear it all out. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and get started with pile number 1, which is at 131. Alrighty, pile number 1. Now, I didn't see your card. The other 2 cards, which is hilarious, they flipped over, but yours didn't. So I didn't get a chance to see it, which is good. That's typically how I like it. So we're going to go ahead and flip it over now and see what energy we get, okay, for you. That's hilarious. You guys got the veiled card, veiled, which is hilarious because, again, your card is the only card that didn't flip over. The other cards, I seen the other 2 cards when they flipped over, but yours didn't. And so for the fact that it's veiled, it's also letting me know that even, how do I want to put this? Even people that are supposed to know won't know. It's some information that you will have to seek and understand and to find. Because obviously I'm here to do a reading, give you a little bit more insight information, but with this also being veiled to my eyes, me not seeing it and then you not seeing it until it's time to be revealed, it's letting me know that this is also going to be working in divine timing for you. Okay? So there's something that it's not going to hinder you not knowing right now. I'm hearing keep operating the way you're operating. You're on the right path. You're on the right track. You're doing the right thing. Continuously do that forward. You are making a lot of, what do they call those? A lot of waves, a lot of motion. You're doing a whole lot of things. So keep going. Because right now, it's not even revealed to people that are supposed to know because it's not the right time yet. It is not the right moment yet. So if you're feeling like, oh, I can't do this without the funds, or I can't do this because I don't have this, or I can't do this because they said this, or I can't do this because it isn't the right time, straight up saying keep doing it. Keep doing what you feel is right. Keep setting up, I'm hearing those study groups. Keep doing what you're doing. You feel like you need certain things, but no, don't stop either, right? Like at this moment, I didn't have my laptop. I couldn't bring my laptop because if I brought my laptop, I would have to put HDMI and hook it. It would have been a lot, and I didn't have enough space for all that to bring it where I am to help my brother. So I'm just like, okay, but he wound up having a laptop. Completely forgot about that, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. Couldn't also, I was like, worst can worst, I use my phone. Storage wound up being taken up. I don't use my phone like that. So things is like it's the right time when it is necessary. But if you are focused on doing what you want to do, as in your passion, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, whether it's just like, I said I was going to go to the gym, now I got to catch the bus to the gym because my car's in the shop, but I still want to stick to this routine. It's that type of energy. Like, keep going because something is soon to be revealed. Keep posting the things even if you feel like you're not getting a lot of views. Keep sharing the information even if you feel like people are ignoring you or they aren't listening. It's a matter of something that you are doing. You feel like, okay, it's not reaching who it needs to reach. It's not getting the traction it needs to get. It's not getting it's almost like it, but Spirit is saying, no, you're on the right path, you're on the right track, keep going. I'm seeing like that moment. I think it was a Steve Jobs or the people that made Microsoft, that was like in the garage, and people were like, y'all crazy, y'all, this ain't gonna make anything, this ain't gonna do anything. And now people nowadays are like, man, I say affirmation burst. I wish I would have bought some stock in that. I wish I would have got some stock in that. Like, I was just shunning it because I thought it was new age and it wasn't. So it's really like, no, keep doing it. Just because you don't understand you now doesn't mean that they won't understand you later. Okay, won't get it later. They won't get to grips later. Yes, the Four of Pentacles. You are creating a firm foundation, which is why Spirit is saying keep going, keep going. It's reminding me of this video, especially if some of you have kids. It's reminding me of this video of, I had a little caption. It was like, sometimes I wonder as a parent if I'm raising them right. And it was like two little girls, and they were like doing musical chairs at like an event. And the little sister, was like, struggling. The older sister was helping her. And then so when the older sister found a chair, she grabbed the little sister, sat on her lap, and then she realized, like, hold on, like, that's not how the game works. So she sat her little sister down, and she walked off, and he was just like, oh my, I'm raising a kind person. He goes up to her, is like, wow, that was really something kind for you to do. That was a kind action, kind human action. And so allowing that in is almost like you feel like, I don't know, I'm not seeing the progress. I'm not seeing things working out and happening as quickly as I would like it. I'm not seeing the visual results, but things are actually changing. You know what I mean? When you're working out, sometimes you won't see yourself losing fat, but you're recognizing, like, I got a lot more breath control. My stamina's going up. I'm not as hungry as I used to be. I'm not eating as much. So you may not be able to see it, in a way that you are wanting to see it, but your body is realizing that effect. Or it's you going up to your partner and letting them know, being a lot more open and vulnerable. And you're like, ugh, I'm still kind of feeling this, like, why did I share? Why was I vulnerable? Why was I open? But then after a while, it's like they're now coming up to you also being open and vulnerable, or they're leaving a lot more space for you to be that, and you're feeling a lot more comfortable. You're not feeling it's like, that was stupid, I shouldn't have done that. It's like, damn, I'm glad I did that. Sometimes it takes time for that firm foundation to be cultivated for you. And so again, a lot of things are veiled, but you're still able to move. Veiled is not blind, even though blind people can, still operate in the world, even though we should, but that's a different conversation for a different day, I say, but they can still see somewhat, there is just, it's like a thin little layer on top of them, right? So it can still be seen. Yeah, we got the hope card, which is a star card, renewed energy, renewed hope, seeing from a different and higher perspective, doing things, knowing that it's going to work out in the end, not sure how. And again, with this veiled energy and you not being able to see this, letting me know that something is working out for you. Yeah. Yeah, something. We got 2 8s, which is infinite possibilities. We got the 8 of Swords, trapped in fear, but we also got the 8 of Wands, positive movement forward. So this let me know, like, even if you are having those moments of doubt, fear, worry, not being sure, is letting you know that this is positive movement forward. 8 of Wands is action within the body. So it's like, even if you're feeling this mentally, like I said, you shared something, you're like, why did I share that? But then later on, you're recognizing that their behavior has changed based off of what you have shared. And it's like, damn, I'm actually kind of glad I shared that, because if I didn't, then they would still be doing something. And that would upset me way more than if I would have shared it in the first place. So it's that energy of recognizing, I don't know, I'm scared to take this class or this course and be a beginner and mess up. But then you're recognizing, like, hold on, I'm not the only beginner in this class. And there are a lot of people that are willing to help me. The teacher is very nice. So while I was trapped in fear of being seen and making mistakes, possibly because of something happened when you're younger, it's still allowing you to move forward. Because you're recognizing where you were, where it is, and what's happening is a lot more suffocating or small or stifled than if you were to move forward, right? And that's also letting me know, and that's right on top of veil, that even in the midst of, again, all this fear mentally, because that's the Eight of Swords, which is mental, which is communication, which is that openness of the heart and allowing that in, is saying, yeah, I'm feeling that, and I'm cutting through that. I'm cutting through that with action. Yeah, we got authority coming in here, which is the Empress. Okay? Empress. Sorry, the Emperor, excuse me. You have authority coming in here with the Emperor, and that's right on top of the firm foundation. For a lot of angel numbers are coming in here. 4 of Pentacles, the 4 for the authority, which is the Emperor, the 8 of the 8. A lot of balance is coming in or is already here. And I feel like sometimes when you can't see yourself tipping and moving the scales, you're not sure, but balance is coming into your life because of how you're moving in a sense of knowing. So keep going. This energy feels like just keep going because you're doing the right thing. Yeah, we got the 3 of Swords in the reverse, which is letting me know that you are taking and understanding so many things, the heartache, the loss, the re-navigation, the figuring things out, getting things together, and you're pushing it in a different motion. I said the 8 of Wands here. Oh my God. Said the 8 of Wands here, and it's the 8 of Pentacles, but guess what came out? The 8 of Wands. Sometimes, early in the morning, this is early rise in the morning doing my reading. Now I want to stop on yours. But a lot of 8s, but the fact that I kept calling this the 8 of Wands, and the 8 of Wands came out. And this is the 8 of Pentacles, which is abundance, prosperity, but also being intentional with your work. Having pride in your work, putting yourself out there even more so, like I said, with somebody taking the class and being okay, because again, that action, that movement, even the Pentacles is also the body. It's like financial, housing, all those things is more of the root, but it's still the physical body, the physical of itself. So with all these 8s being on top of each other, on top of the veiled energy, and the heartache and loss, the 3 of Pentacles, the 3 of Swords being in reverse on top of the hope, it's letting me know that things are shifting. So right now you may not see it, you may not feel it, it may not feel as prominent in your face, should I say. You have to reach a certain point of divine timing, is what I'm hearing, in order to get all that sincere clarity, that sincere, like, oh, that's why that was going. That's why that worked out. That's why I had to wait. That's why it was a moment. That's why, it's like that moment where you're like, oh, that's why I didn't spend that money. That's why I didn't go there. And it's like, oh, I knew I should have stayed home. Versus that, it's like, I'm glad I stayed home. So it's that energy. I'm glad I came. I'm glad I invested in myself. It's moving you closer to that energy of trusting even when you don't have all the information, when you don't have all the tools, when you don't have everything that you feel like you need. Spirit is saying we're still working with you as you're doing what you're doing. So don't give up. Keep going, because you and I just messed up. And that's okay, because the message still stands. The 8 of Wands wind up coming out in the end. Again, that action that you're continuously putting forward. So with the 3 of Swords being in reverse on top of the Hope card, continue that forward. Know that it's all going to work out. It doesn't have to work out in a way that you may think sometimes, because sometimes it works exactly as you manifest it. Sometimes it works out a whole lot better because Spirit can see what you can't see. And right now you can't see everything. So keep doing what you're doing. Okay, my darlings? Okay, my darlings. Righty, let's go ahead and get into pile number 2 here, which is at 1407. Hello, pile number 2. Now, your card did pop out for me, so I did see it. I typically try not to see it, but your card had other plans. Which let me know that your card, which is transformation, is going to be on the forefront. This is going to be this is something that Spirit is letting it be known. I'm seeing like the monarchs traveling. Like everybody's like, oh my God, look at it. They're able to see it. Your transformation is going to be external. And not saying, you can't change internally, spiritually, but it is going to change externally. It is a big transformation. Is like somebody coming back from summer break at school. It's like, is that who I think it is? What? It's like, it's that energy. New hair, new wardrobe, new house, new car. It's something where it's like, it's a visible, excuse me, representation of what you've already been transforming on the inside. Right? It's that movement. It's that, I'm hearing unshakable force. You have been possibly in solitude mode, hermit mode, going within mode, restricting your energy. I'm hearing around certain people, around certain things. Um, excuse me again, just clearing up the last of everything. It could be, um, you started something and now it is officially at the point where everybody is going to see what you have been working on. It's you have been working on the background, you've been working behind the scenes, you've been in the secluded solitude mode, and really taking in this transformation. you know it's like, oh, I've seen so many caterpillars around here, now they're all gone. It's like, okay, that means the butterflies will be coming soon. That means the change will be coming soon. That means that the seasons are changing as well, because they only come around certain seasons depending on where you live. Yes, what did I say? The Seven of Pentacles, patience and planning. This has been you. You have been patient with getting it down to the end, right? It's like, how do I want to give an example for this? If you know anything about cooking, depending on what you're cooking, certain things take a long time. Mole takes hours to cook. If you're cooking, excuse me. Like, it takes hours to cook. If you're cooking greens, you gotta start that overnight so that way they can get in there, soak in the broth and get nice and soft and get down there. Certain foods sometimes take a long time to cook. Even if you're doing all the prep work, sometimes the prep work alone takes 20 minutes to cut all the vegetables, to mince the garlic, to pick out all the herbs, and all those things. And it's almost like that you have been patiently that. Or even it's like, what? My garden ain't blooming yet, and it ain't time yet, it ain't ready yet. And so it's really, again, that patience and that planning, so that way when you presented that meal, when you presented those design of clothes, when you presented that record, when you presented that outlay for the book, when you presented that new class study, I'm hearing like a project for school, when you presented something, it came with thought, with intention, with planning, with patience, with not rushing it. Imagine somebody's like, oh, I want this for my car. I want you to wrap my car. If wrapping your car, it has to take a nice, delicate process, no air bubbles, all that stuff. It takes time. But if somebody just like, yep, you got air bubbles everywhere, it's ripping up in certain places, they weren't intentional. They weren't taking their time. They weren't planning about how to do it around the doors. And that could be significant because I don't know shit about cars, so I'm getting very detailed. It could, getting around the doors, the handles, how is it going to look? Is it, it wasn't intentional, but you guys have been doing that. You guys have been practicing. You guys have been pushing it to a mode of really transforming that when people see you, you are not the same. You don't act the same. You don't move or shift the same. Even if somebody has kids and they're like, I don't want to treat my kids the way that I was treated. And not like in a way of like, let me put them in classes I wanted to be in or do things. It's like, no, I'm not going to yell at them because they made a mistake. I got yelled at and I didn't like it, or it's, giving them that extra time. Like, man, I understand now, so it's again, that patience and planning is coming through to transform your life, Like me right now, I'm currently have all these tarot cards, but it's like, it's going to take time to get the right decks to go with the right vendors too. Yes, I'm going to be selling cards soon. Get the right decks, go to the right vendors, set it up, make sure that it takes time. And I don't want to rush it just to get something out there, because my name, my energy is going to be attached to it, and you're recognizing that. We got fertility, the Empress coming in. Excuse me, the Empress coming in with recognizing that. And sorry, not the Empress, that's the High Priestess. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. No, it's the Empress. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. Verses 5, thank you. With this fertility, this abundance, and that's coming after the transformation. This fertility, which is letting me know that you are the good soil, you are the fresh water, you are the warm heat, you are the breath of fresh air, you are the spiritual practitioner and changer. Like, that is what is happening. You are the fertile ground to have these seeds bloom and blossom in a way that will be healthy. You know, instead of just, you know what, I want people to hear my music, I'm just throw this record together, and it's like, no, I want it to be synchronized. I want them to feel what I felt when I was creating it and diving into it. It's transforming. I don't want to just buy clothes because, you know, my clothes are torn and tattered. It's like, no, I want to intentionally, do I see myself wearing this? What would I wear this out to? Does this fit me? You know, is this an old style, you know, that I no longer suit me anymore? It's things like, it's an actual visual, physical representation, because you have been changing internally. You have been changing internally. Yeah. And that's why they're doing it on display, because we have the 7 of Swords, deception and envy, and that's right under the 7 of patience and planning. That's why it's been taking so long. And that's why when you pop out, it's going to be, everybody's going to be able to see it. You know, whether it's even just the way that you raise your kids, and now at a family event, like, what you do with your kids? You must discipline. It's like, no, I just talk with them like humans, and, you know, I treat them with respect because they're deserving of it. And they're like, not my kids. See how bad they is? It's like, because you also teach them that violence and lashing out and all these things is a way to act and operate, because we're learning it from you. So it's like, you know, and now, you know, so it's just even energies like that. Yeah, my foot session, that must have resonated with somebody for sure. It's that. So while you were patiently planning, they're trying to peer, like, what are they doing over there? How are they setting that up? What are they doing? How is it working? I don't like that. That should be me. They shouldn't have that. They ain't worthy of that. They ain't, and they don't recognize that you've been toiling away. You've been working towards this. This didn't just happen. This didn't just pop out of the blue. No, I'm in a caterpillar. That it have to be in the chrysalis, or I'm in a moth, or whatever the hell moths are, and then I have to go in the cocoon. It's certain things. It's just like, no, and now you're seeing my colors, because I fed life into myself, energy into myself. So with this deception and energy, that's why you're about to be on full display. People are about to see you. That's why it's like you coming back from something breaking, like, that's still, you know, it's kind of like, what was that one movie, Princess Diaries, where she came back and everybody was like, it's like that, but they still had an attitude with her. It's like, because they don't like who this person is. She was already amazing on the inside, and they didn't like her because of that. And now she is a visual representation of what she looks like on the inside, on the outside. And fuck that fake pregnancy she had as well. Okay? But it's that understanding. I've taken that in. Oh, I'm so sorry about number 2, but I gotta get it out. So there are people out there that was watching you while you were in this hermit mode, essentially, but it doesn't matter. You got awareness coming in. This is the Magician card. That's right under the fertility, because what you are cultivating, what you are creating, what you are doing. And it's crazy because I named all the elements, and the Magician card is typically taking all the parts of the tarot deck and putting them together, the elements. So you could be working with elemental forces, could be weaving some magic, could be tapping even more into yourself, doing maybe ancestral work, all these things, but they're just about to see the results. That's it. They're about to see the results And people gonna be like, how'd you set that up? How'd you do that? How did that work out for you? Da-da-da-da-da-da. And you may feel inclined to share depending on who it is, and you may not. Because you know what it takes. And you know some people maybe aren't ready for that. Yeah, we got discontent and boredom, which is the 4 cups. And that's what the transformation, I feel like you guys have been waiting for some time. But with this being right on top of the transformation, they don't want you to, I'm hearing, hop right into the next thing. Bask in the moment of things working out. Bask in the moment of the end result. Bask in that. Take it in. Celebrate yourself. Be proud of yourself, how far you came. Because this is about getting success, getting the house. Look at this. Look at the land that they got. Look at the home they got. The rainbows, the background, the whole castle, the whole kingdom. But they're looking still in the dark and the shadows. So with this transformation, is saying don't get caught up with the deception and envy of somebody trying to throw salt in your wound that's already scabbed over. Because it's like how that work, you got to reopen it. No. We're going to continuously take a moment, be present in a moment. Your mind is where your feet are. Okay? And taking that in, because with this success, this is letting me know that you are going to be successful. You are going to win. But are you going to be happy and proud of that success and holding that to a grand standard of knowing and understanding? So with that coming in, along with the awareness, the magician card, the fertility card, the empress card, tap into that feminine energy of receiving, of allowing that in, of that confidence, of that alluringness, of that intrigue, of that intake, and take that in for yourself as well, because it is necessary. Yeah. And I'm hearing Dante Hitchcock, don't ever let hard times make you soft-spoken, right? Keep going, because we all know the caterpillar can deal with some stuff, little robins and whatnot trying to eat it. So you've been through some things. So definitely be proud of and happy and at peace in this moment of transformation that is visual. We got the 6 of Swords with the throat chakra coming in, which is I speak. And this is the moving on. So again, changing your mind. It also looks like the same person, just older. So moving on, and I speak life into yourself again, breath into yourself, and recognizing that and continuously being vocal about what you've been through, what you are creating, who you are, because again, this is just a visual representation. There's the money that you've been saving to get the car that you want, to get it detailed. People just gonna see you pop up with a new car. They don't know that you've been working overtime, and now you're like, yep, take a break, relax, maybe take a drive. They don't see that. They just see you popping up with a car. I didn't know you wanted that car. I didn't know you wanted to leave here. Now that you got the house, you wouldn't have. So it's just that energy. Keep moving forward. Keep moving on in that energy, because butterflies don't last that long. But their energy is forever. Okay? Just show me a bad bitch and show me that they don't got a butterfly tattoo. No, I'm just kidding. But really, 6 of Swords is moving forward mentally. And so don't get caught up in the feeling and the emotions of things with the 4 of Cups, because the 6 of Swords is saying that this is mental. You got to allow yourself that. So speak on that and allow that in. Because you will be blessed. Everything is showing that you will be blessed. All this patience, this planning, the visual representation of that, you are blessed. You are protected. But do you feel that way? Okay. Righty, that has been you, pile 2. Let's get into pile 3. Do 29 exactly. Ready. Now, pile 3. They gave me 2 cards here. Now, the first card I did see, but the second card I didn't, because they told me to just take it like straight off the top. So I saw one, but I didn't see the other, which kind of makes sense with the first card that I did see, which was the protection card. Right? It came out right away. I seen it. I was like, okay. But I felt even as I was shuffling, like Spirit just 1 card, I kept hearing 2 cards. So let's see what the second one is. Boundaries. Boundaries. Okay, so you got protection, which is what I did see, and boundaries, which is what I didn't see. Again, pulling it right off the top of the deck. This is letting me know that this is on the forefront of your mind, in spirit's mind, in the universe. Like, you gotta get your boundaries up. You have to have boundaries in this life, in this world full of people that will take just to take, people that will use just to use, jobs that are overworked to overwork, you know, hire people, hire ups that'll just take the creativity to take the creativity, that'll be okay. All those things, you have to have boundaries to protect yourself. Because yes, you are protected, which is why I seen it. People can see that you are protected, but they know it's kind of like when I was getting out of my people pleasing stage, and I wasn't people pleaser bad. People pleaser bad. Excuse me. People knew that if they asked me, first I was like no, because I was trying to kind of start, but then I end up saying yes, and even before all that, I just like, yeah, sure, even though I didn't really want to go, but I was like, it's for them. I guess it'll make them happy, but I wasn't thinking about myself. I knew I didn't want to be in that environment, in that situation, or around those people, or I didn't want to do that thing, or I didn't want to wear those clothes, or I didn't want to get my makeup done. All these things just like, but I guess it'll make them happy. It'll make them feel good. It'll make, it'll help them. And it was always for them. Like, I knew what it was, and I was like, girl, no. Even not to the point where I was like, I don't deserve to cry. I don't have any, the people have it way worse. Yes, I've been through some things that are awful, but somebody probably has it worse than me. I didn't have boundaries for what I could take. From people just coming up to me, venting, letting it all out. Like, hold on, I don't have the capacity for this now. But I would push myself to have a capacity that I knew wasn't there, And then it kind of pushed like, okay, I'll say no, but they asked me like, come on. And I'm like, all right, fine, sure. They knew that they can just, that was easy. They'll say yes. Ask them again. They'll say yes. And then it had to be like me just say no and me not saying anything afterwards, after they ask me again. Because it's like, obviously you're not hearing me. And if you're not hearing me, I'm going to have to show you visually what I mean. And so it's almost that energy. However you set up boundaries, but it's taking that mode of being like, people don't know what your boundaries are because they're not seen or not shown or not spoken up for, and you want to be around people that do that for you and also with you, right? I had a friend that didn't like to be called certain words or be treated a certain way, so when somebody else would do it and they were still kind of struggling with letting that me know, and I'm like, hey, they don't like that. Be around people that also protects you as well for your boundaries because they know what it means. They ask you, like, are you sure about this? Like, I know you're kind of working on it. Like, I don't want to put you in this predicament or spot. Like, are you positive? 333 as I said that. 3303 as I said that. Are you sure? Because your protection is necessary. And that starts also with the boundaries. It's like a cat. When they don't want you to pet them, they go, they eat them warnings and they go, yeah, they start making them noises like, hey, I'm there, and I don't like you in my space, I don't want to be touched right now, and then it goes to smacking, which is, I'm gonna mention it because it's a cheetah. So your boundaries, if they are created, they're not known or enforced, or you do need to create some, because again, it wasn't known, it wasn't seen, it wasn't present, but your protection is, so you're protected. But it's almost like wearing a bulletproof vest. It can only protect you from so many bullets. It also starts to lose its in structural integrity. Thank you. After the first bullet, and it doesn't protect the head. It doesn't protect the legs. It's only protecting a certain part. So I'm here and get your boundaries up to help enforce that protection, right? And allowing it. And sometimes boundaries is not even allowing people to suffer your happiness. Like, no, I enjoy that. That's okay, Some people tell you what you can and can't do. And you didn't realize that was what was also protecting you and healing you. see what's going on with them, Spirit, for their boundaries and protection. Get your boundaries up. Yeah, we got a Tower moment coming in here in the reverse. We're going to turn it upright, but it did come in the reverse. And typically when it's in the reverse, I like to think of Tower moments as literally a tower. It's an outside force happening. It's a disruption to your homeostasis. I'm glad it says disruption, but it's literally something you can't control. Now, when it's upright, I like to say the Tower moment is something that you know is happening. You know something is about to fall apart. You know something is breaking loose. It's like saying, Spirit, anything or anyone that isn't for me or of me or with me, remove them. And then all of a sudden things start falling. You're like, oh shit. Like, that's a Tower moment that you're aware of. Or Spirit, take me away from things that no longer serve me. And all of a sudden you can't. Your job fired you or something. It's like, damn, shit, but it was draining you every day. It's an aware Tower moment versus Spirit that's been telling you, like, hey, get your boundaries up. This person, this, or this job is using you, overworking you, this and that. And you're like, I'll do it later. And that's a reverse Tower moment. Is you not going with the flow of letting things go, fall apart, release, come undone, so that way you can start from a solid, firm foundation versus having pillars that were made of plastic. They're not like the good, strong plastic, like plastic bubble wrap. A few pops and the whole temple comes down, right? That's what I like to say is a reverse Tower moment. It's something that it's going to happen either way because it's an outside force, but are you going to go with it, the flow of it, or against it, right? So, sorry, I gotta sneeze. Let's see if it comes out. So recognize that, yeah. Bless me. And you have the heart chakra coming in here. I love, and that's right on top of boundaries. I'm hearing you have to love yourself enough to add restrictions, to add healing, to add that work, to again protect and love on yourself, to do those things. You have to love that, and you have to love yourself enough to let things go that aren't serving you. A lot of emotions coming in here. We got the 7 of Cups coming in here, which is making a decision, choosing wisely, right? Trusting in your intuition, seeing something and making something new, making something different, seeing from a different perspective, a different understanding, doing that shadow work, and then making a decision based off of the shadow work, the healing, and the learning that you do have and that you are looking to gather and understand. Because again, it's a lot of emotions, the heart chakra, the choose wisely, the 7 of Cups, even the boundaries is emotions, right? Sometimes people add boundaries and that pushes them further into hiding and not being real and present. But no, I like to say also your happiness is your protection. So also what is going to make you happy, what is going to make you feel that love and not so much resistance. Yeah, we got the Destiny card, which is the Wheel of Fortune coming in here. Okay, and that's right on top. And the protection and the choose wisely, and the protection looks like a Wheel of Fortune. So again, yeah, the intuition coming in here. Oh, excuse me. Which is letting you know that everything in its sense has to work out for you. And it will work out for you. Once you trust in your intuition, once you trust in yourself. Like I said, I had to realize, like, hold on. These people truly care about me. Why are they not respecting my no? Why are they trying to convince me to do something that I said no? Obviously, I took a look and understood and felt like, I don't want to go to that. No. And it's crazy because when I would trust my intuition, like, no, I don't want to go. No, I don't want that. No, I'm okay. I won't. Something would always happen. Like, I'm glad you didn't come because this, or, something gets recalled. Like, oh, I'm glad I didn't grab that, or take that in. It's just like something happens where I'm trusting my intuition because I know. And sometimes it's just like, yeah, it was a good time, but it was like, yeah, that just took a lot of energy. I didn't want to be involved in all that. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be something dramatic, but it's trusting your intuition, your gut, your knowing, that feeling of understanding, of leading and guiding yourself. And taking that in and be like, okay, yeah, yeah, I can trust my intuition because it has to lead from the heart. Once the heart is truly open, the heart chakra, and you recognize what you truly love, because love is a feeling and it's an emotion that invigorates you, that encapsulates your life. Excuse me. Like I say, get it over something. Encapsulates your life, that allows you to function, right? And allows you to move and breathe in a way that is sense that is powerful. Trust your intuition. Set those boundaries. Say no when you need to. Wear those clothes when you want to or don't. You know, look up, even if you gotta look up, what the hell is a boundary? What is a boundary? Start simple, you know? Because maybe your younger self never had boundaries because they weren't able to. You don't get to close and lock doors in my house. What do you mean? I don't get privacy. I don't get a sense of something for myself. You don't get to keep a diary and journal. I'm going to read it. It's that. It's lead back to something sometimes. And recognizing, are you still operating out of a function that no longer serves you because it never did? Oh. I don't know what the hell is going on, but allow that in. Now we got the third eye chakra coming in here for you, and that's right on top of the disruption. The tower moment, the I see moment. Now again, it was in reverse when I first pulled it up, but I put it up right because I'm like, let's go ahead and flip this energy. So again, recognizing what you are truly seeing. What is spirit telling you? What are they letting you in on? What are they letting you know? So that way when this starts to happen or fall apart, when you really do have to make a decision that's going to help your destiny, further protect you, your livelihood and your energy and what you love and desire, what are you going to truly see? Well, are you going to truly trust your intuition and knowing that every decision you make is for yourself and the environment that you so choose and the people that you so choose to have in that environment? Or are you just going to let it happen and then be like, I guess I'll pick up the pieces now? No. Recognize what's falling down and why and work with it. Okay? So that has been your reading, my darlings. I love you. Love yourselves more. Till next time.